Hey friends, happy Monday. It's not morning anymore, it's just a little bit after 12. And what an eventful morning it has been. Oh my goodness. After a wonderful weekend, I did not sleep last night at all. It was rotate the mattress night. Plus, I was just having hot flashes, cold flashes, you name it. It was all happening. Then about 3 o'clock in the morning, my cat decides it's time to start crying and meowing really loud and start moaning. And he kept getting in my face, and he was just very nervous, up and down, off the bed, in and out of the bathroom, back and forth. I mean, wearing holes in my carpet practically. Okay, not really, but you get what I mean. He was pacing that much. And then I was sitting here at my desk just about maybe an hour and a half ago, and I felt like just this gentle sway. And I can demonstrate this because I'm holding it, but my water in my bottle started like sloshing. Okay? Like, what the heck is going on, right? And so, I am sorry, it never fails. I have to always pause this video. It's kind of frustrating. But anyways, yeah, so it just felt like maybe the cat had gone under my chair and bumped me, which that was impossible because he was at the patio door watching the birds and watching for the squirrel and stuff. Well, then my phone started going off. And it said earthquake detected, so it was one of the emergency alert things that are set up on my phone. And it said earthquake detected, and it was a 5.2. And I say it was weird to feel it because it was all the way down by San Diego. Now, San Diego is quite south of me, like almost to the Mexico border is where this earthquake was. But then it was followed by like probably 10 smaller ones right after. So that right there goes to show I am hypersensitive to earthquakes, which I already knew. But my cat, and they say pets they can sense something before us humans can, right? And so now I have nicknamed Shadow the earthquake detector. That cat, I'm telling you, kept me up. I was up, and then I had an appointment this morning. So I was just like, forget it. 6 o'clock, I got up, took a shower. Couldn't eat anything because I had to fast until my blood work was done. And now that I've had a fast for so long, I'm not really hungry. But I know I need to eat. So, anyways, okay. Enough of all that. My weekend. My weekend was amazing. We started out Friday just a little after 12 on our drive up to San Luis Obispo, and well, we stayed in Grover Beach, which is just south of San Luis Obispo by like, I think it was a 30-minute drive, maybe at most, from our hotel to where the meet and greet and all that was at in San Luis Obispo. So we started just a little after 12, and as you all know, it was Levi's 6th birthday on Friday as well. So it was like a dual celebration. It was fantastic. And we got on the highway, and though it was just so clear driving the coast. I was the passenger, so it was quite nice because I was able to just soak in all the beauty. Like the ocean, you could see the waves rolling in, and as we got up just past Santa Barbara, going into like Goleta and Santa Maria and all points north, there was just all these pops of bright, vibrant orange. The California poppies were just alive with color all over the place, just huge pockets of them. And then you look out my window to the right, and there was just rolling hills of vineyards and grapevines and all these vineyards that were just starting to come to life, and the hills were green and vibrant. And then we got up into to where our hotel is, and We had a balcony. If you watched, I took a picture of myself on the balcony and I posted that on my post tab. And then there is like a 2-minute short video that I posted for our drive from Santa Barbara County up to where our hotel was and all the way up into Morro Bay where we did the sunset Friday night, because we had heard that the sunsets were just absolutely spectacular at Morro Bay. And if you've never been to Morro Bay, there's like this huge rock that comes up out of Morro Bay. And that's what's iconic about the whole area. Well, besides it's a big fishing town and stuff like that too, but you can see the rock from right where the 101 and the 1 meet. Just as you're getting ready to go head towards Morro Bay on the 1, you can see the big rock just peeking up out of the water, basically. So we got there. It was so cold, so cold. But let me backtrack. I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm so excited to tell you about all of this. So after we got to our hotel, we got checked in. We were there about an hour, and then it was time to head up the road to San Luis Obispo to have dinner with the gals and meet them for the first time. Hurry up and grab it and go back. And so I met up with Paige over at brain. I will put the links to all of these YouTube pages down below so you guys can go and check them out. Their channels are amazing and wonderful. So I met up with Paige and Amy and Teresa. Sarah couldn't meet up with us until later because she had to work. But it was just like one big group hug. It was just like meeting up with old friends, like, you know, like you had seen each other before and then you were just picking up right where you left off. It was so fun. And so we had not Denny at Dinners, dinner at Denny's. And then we all split off for the night because we went, my husband and I took Levi up to Morro Bay. He really wanted to see that sunset and he was so happy, squealing happy. So we drove up there, saw the sunset. Like I said, it was freezing cold. And then after we left there, we had to go get my husband his dinner and pick a couple of things up at Walmart. And then we went back to our hotel, got back to the hotel about 9. The sunset was at like 7:33 p.m. So it was timed perfectly. And then Saturday morning we got up, had breakfast and coffee, and then checked out of our hotel and headed up to San Luis Obispo, where I met up with the gals again, and Sarah was there, so she had made it in, and I rode with them, and my husband dropped me off, and then they went to an aquarium and a park, and we went and crocheted at the Mission there in San Luis Obispo, and it was so fun because when we got there was like this beaver fest going on, and it was just so lively with the activity, and everybody was so wonderful and kind and welcoming, and I don't have much of that in my neck of the woods where I live. I mean, you've got nice people here, but then you've got those people that are kind of like, don't talk to me, you know? So, we crocheted at the Mission. Everybody met up. We stayed there for a little while, and then we went across the street to Whimsical Wool, to a yarn shop. And, you know, you go to an LYS, of course, you know, you got to come home with some goodies, right? Right? So, I did. I bought some goodies at Whimsical Wool. I wasn't sure what I wanted to buy. I knew I was on a budget, and I promised myself, hold on, I gotta grab that. I promised myself I would stick to my budget, and I did. I couldn't decide what I wanted. And upon talking to Amy and Paige, Amy gave me some wonderful, fantastic tips because I want to make a shawl or a wrap with whatever I bought. Now, I loved the colors of yarn that they had in hanks. However, if I bought a hank of yarn, it would have sat in the hank, because I have no way to wind it up into a ball. I have a ball winder, but I don't have the Swift. So, and at that, I wouldn't even know how to use one. So anyways, okay. So let me show you what I got. So I bought, all right, let's pray for no more distractions, okay? And I apologize if you hear all kinds of noise in the background. They decided to switch our gardening day to Monday now. It was Thursday, then it was Wednesday, then it was Tuesday, and now it's Monday. So I don't know what it's going to be next week. Anyways, all right, so let me show you these yarns. So I bought Cascade Yarns, which I've been wanting to try Cascade Yarns for some time now. And I bought these gorgeous colors. Do they not scream fall to you? Look at that. I love it. I love these colors. I just kept going back to these. So these are the tweed yarns from Cascade Farms. And this one is burgundy. Oops. This is the burgundy one. And these are 100% organic wool. 100 grams, 328 yards. Hand wash cold, lay flat to dry, and it's made in Turkey. And there is all the information on that. So I'm not sure. I will probably try a 4mm hook, and if that's too big, I'll go down to a 3.5. But Amy pointed something out to me on these. I didn't notice this at first. So if you look, see all those flecks in there? They have all these colors, and it's harder to see on these brighter ones, but they all have flecks of the different colors that I bought. Look, right there. There is the burgundy. So this one is gold, and this one is burnt orange. Now, burnt orange is one of my favorite fall colors. One of my favorite all-time fall colors. But then you pair all three of these together. Look at that beautiful, beautiful color palette. I love it. And wow, is that picked up on there. I love how the little tweed bits are being picked up in that burgundy. You can see them kind of in these other two, but really in that burgundy. Wow. I love that. All right, so I don't know what this is going to be. I went down the rabbit hole on Ravelry last night. I had to dig myself out really, really faster. Otherwise, I would have been on there all night. Okay, and then I did buy one other thing at the yarn shop. They had buttons galore. All sizes of buttons. They had different price buttons. But look at these cute little bags for the buttons. Aren't those adorable? Oh, I love it. Okay, so I bought some beautiful buttons. So let me show you this one first. This one's just a standalone button. Okay. Now these other ones are all pretty much the same kind of color palette. Trying to see how I can hold these up to you. Well, I'll just, each one I'll show you. That one. These are almost all the same. The color variations on them are a little different as far as orientation goes. That. And that. And those are the buttons. So I bought the three skeins of yarn and all the buttons. I will put the Instagram page for Whimsical Wools also down below this video once it uploads. But yeah, it was just, we had such a great time. Lots of laughter. We got to know each other. True, genuine friends. You know, this is not something I normally do, is, you know, go and meet up with people that I don't know. But you know what? I do know them because we watch each other on each other's channels, and it was such an amazing time, such a beautiful weekend. We've talked about future plans of getting together. I'm already looking ahead on my schedule to drive up north and see Amy in her neck of the woods and visit some of the LYSs up there. It'll have to be in the fall though, because we're coming upon the summer months. And well, if you remember correctly, I'm going to be on the road half the summer, so I'm going to need a little bit of time to recover from that when we get back. But I am planning a trip in the fall, maybe September, maybe. I know the Lambtown Wool Festival is coming up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that one because of the time of year that one is. But we were all talking about getting together for the SoCal Fiber Fest, which is down in Pomona at the end of November. So, yes, we have plans to meet back up again and crochet and talk and maybe have lunch or whatever. But it's kind of nice because a couple of the gals, so 2 of them live north of me, and then 2 of them live really close to me. One lives closer than the other, but we're within about an hour of each other here in Southern California. So it's kind of nice. We do plan on getting together again. So it was a wonderful weekend. It was exactly what I needed. And then driving home, there was just wildflowers and the golden orange poppies everywhere and the rolling hills of vineyards, and yeah, it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm glad we were able to do it. I wish I could have stayed longer, but my husband's work schedule, it's kind of hard, but that's okay. I'm very thankful for what I was able to do. So, and I did get some crocheting done on the corner to corner. I'm not gonna unbury it. It's behind you guys right now, folded up. So yeah. So anyways, friends, if you have made it to the end of this video, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to all of my new subscribers. I appreciate you all so very much. Leave me a comment down below, even an emoji. That's okay. Just let me know you made it to the end of this video. Tomorrow's video is going to be a little bit later. I have a meeting in the morning, and then I'll record when I get home in the afternoon. So, all right, friends, know that I love you all. God loves you. Be kind to one another, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.